Hey guys, ROC321 Fantastic Plastic coming back again with another video. Now this is slightly different than my normal videos. Couple of things I wanted to talk about first. One, it's going to be an unboxing of an airbrush kit, and a small review kind of thing about it, and just so we can see what it's like and things like that. And the other thing is, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet about this whole FTC and the COPPA compliant thing. I want to talk about that first. See, the thing is, all of my videos are not designed for kids. They're not about the whole. Let's put it this way: COPPA is called the Child's Online Protection. Basically, it's about protecting kids online. 100% all for it. I've got kiddies myself, and so I'm all for that. No problem whatsoever with it. The problem stems from because YouTube, what they decided to do, they a while back they were not letting kids, but kids were getting access to videos whether their parents have allowed them to watch them or whatever have you. But then YouTube was targeting these kids with specific ads, and these specific ads were getting kids information. Basically, then YouTube got fined by the FTC. And now us as creators have got to mark our videos whether they're for kids, whether they're for appealing to kids, or whether they are not appealing to kids. This is where the problem lies. There's loads of information out there at the moment regarding this, but it's extremely vague information. So feel free to look it up yourselves and go have a look. I've tried and I still can't make head nor tails of it. The long and short of it is, I've marked all of my videos for kids, as not for kids, sorry, because the chemicals I use are dangerous. I'm using scalpel knives. These are dangerous. The paints I use can be dangerous. Some of the paints you've got to be over 18 to buy. The glues you've got to be over 18 to buy. So the stuff that I'm doing is not aimed at kids. But the problem is, with these new regulations that are coming into effect on YouTube and that, a model kit could potentially be classed as a toy. And if the FTC and whatever have you decide to say, well, look, yeah, that's a model kit, that's going to be a toy, that's appealing to kids, and you've marked it that it's appealing for adults only, you could get that video deleted, the YouTube account banned, and possibly a $42,000 fine. Yes, even if you're in the UK, you could still get this fine. And this is all because of a mistake that YouTube had made. Now, if you mark your videos for kids, and the FTC find out that no, actually this is not meant for kids, the same thing applies. Okay? And this is where it gets really, really awkward and frustrating, because there's not enough information. And basically YouTube are saying, if you're not entirely sure if your videos are COPPA compliant, then ask a lawyer. I don't earn enough money to ask a lawyer. I don't get money off of my YouTube videos. You know, if you mark it as a kid, you don't get any comments. You don't get you can't put it on a playlist. You can't share it on other social media platforms. You don't get any ads or anything on it. Well, you get some ads, but you don't get most ads. And people that do get money from their videos, they could lose up to 60 to 90% of their revenue if they mark it as a kid's video. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. All of these changes come into effect on the 1st of January. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. What I want to ask you guys, because I've got 386 I think subscribers, so I want to ask every single one of my subscriber, if I decide to change platforms, say go to some other platform like Vimeo, Dailymotion or BitChute or something like that, would you guys be willing to follow along on that other platform other than YouTube? Because this is going to hurt a lot of YouTube creators out there. So I'm gonna leave that for now because I don't really want to go on about it. That's not the whole reason why I'm making this video. I'm still gonna post videos until then, and try and figure out what's what in the future. But for now, I'm just gonna continue as normal. All of my videos are not for adults, for like 14 years and up, basically. And yes, so this is it. Right, so now let's get back to the main thing of what we wanted to do. What I wanted to do anyway is let's have a look at this airbrush. So I'm just going to make sure you're all nice and tight. We'll just go cutting into it, and we see what we got. Now I can't afford really expensive airbrushes. Like the reason I'm holding it downwards this way is because I've got the address and everything on the other side, and I don't want you guys seeing it. I can't afford the really expensive airbrushes like Iwata and things like that. But I've used this company called Bartsharp for quite a while, and all of my, they used to do this make called Vader airbrushes. Okay. And so this company called Bartsharp, they used to stock Vader airbrushes, but Vader, they've decided to not use Vader airbrushes. They have now decided to make their own brand of airbrushes, and I've always used the Bartsharp and Vader, and I thought they're absolutely brilliant. You've seen some of my work, and that's the airbrushes I'm using. You know, so they're absolutely brilliant. So this one is the new one I bought because my airbrushes are starting to go, and I wanted to try this new one anyway. And here I have got the Bartsharp Airbrush 186. So I thought we'll have a little unboxing and we'll have a look at it, and we'll see exactly what it's all about and see how good it is, etc, etc. So in the box you get a nice little display box. Here you got these 3 cups that you got the 2cc and a 10 and a 20, I think, something along those lines. Got a little pipette, you got a spanner there, you got a quick release oobly flip there, and then obviously you got your main airbrush right here, which I think looks really nice. It's got the Bartsharp name on it as well. It looks really nice, and it the feel of it is really good, and you've got nice action on here, which is really good. You got your air control valve just here. This is your paint to see how far you can pull the needle back. So if you just put it there, so if I want to do fine lines, I just need to adjust this so it won't go any further. It's these kinds of airbrushes I like, and that's all the way back. So that's the main airbrush, and then obviously you've got your painting caps, which look really nice, nicely tooled and detailed. And you've got an O-ring just inside there, and it's just a matter of putting it on, and there you go. We've now got an airbrush, and we've got the 4 smaller detail bits to do, and then you got these other ones. Let's take a look at one of these here. You got these as well. Let's pull that off. You got a nice, actually that looks quite nice in there. It doesn't look, it looks nice and shiny. I don't know if I can get that. There we go. Get that to focus in. That looks really nice in there. And the same with in here. This is like the normal size airbrushes that you get, or that I have up there. It's pretty much roughly that size. And then obviously you got your bigger ones if you want to fill it up and do more wider area. Use that. So let's get this on here, and then we gonna have a little look-see of how this airbrush works in a bit. So on the front here, this is obviously where you got this protection needle. So if we take that off, there's your needle. There's a 0.3 needle that's supplied with this, and that looks. There we go. You can just about see the needle in there. Now these, I believe, at least I hope, these have a newer way of using. Yes, it does. This is Bartsharp's patented design that they now have for their airbrushes. This is their needle nozzle. Easier to clean, easier to maintain, and easier to change. There's no screwing them on or anything like that. They're just there, and all you do is just let me just plonk this on, and then put this into here, and that's it. It's all done. Absolutely brilliant. Really nice indeed. And again, I mean, everyone knows how to take apart an airbrush, but if you wanted to take this part here, just unscrew that, unscrew this little doohickey here, and then you just pull the needle out. There we go. This is how you would do it to deep clean. You would then unscrew this part. Unscrew that part there. There you go. And then you can get access in there. You can pull this off, and you can get some of your pipettes and things in there to give it a really good, nice, deep clean. So let's put this all back together now, and I think we'll give it a little whirl. If I can get that in its hole. Come on, get in there. It will go in, I promise you it will. There we go. Right, so that's now in. And then we put this in there. So then we just start screwing this back in. So these airbrushes are really easy to use. There you go. You'll feel when you get the grip on it. And then we carefully grab our needle and just gently put it through the hole until you feel it start biting. Put the end cap on there, tighten that up, and then we put this back on. It's literally as easy as that, except when it doesn't want to turn. Come on. Supposedly just as easy as that. Why are you not going in? Right. I'll be back in a minute. I've got to figure out why that's not going in. That's why, because that's not pulled down enough. Yeah. Now let's have a look, see, and that should go on nicely there. There we go, and there. So let's close this, put this over here, and we'll get a nice piece of paper, and we'll sort of give this a little shot just to see what it's like. Now, as I say, this is a 3mm hose that I'm using. Alright, so might have to use a different connector because I don't think that's the correct connector. Alright, let's have a look at my old one. See, this is one of my old ones, and as you can see, it's made by Vader. So let's undo that, and plonk this on here, and then yeah, now that works. So I'm gonna just quickly put my compressor on, so I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, okay, so we're now back. So I'm going to use some of this Vallejo's Surface Primer Black just because it's going to be black. And normally you can spray this straight through, but I'm not going to. I'm going to thin it down just a little bit with some thinner. So I'm just going to grab a bit of thinner. Don't want a lot, just want a little tiny bit, and I'm going to just plonk some thinner in there. So it's just a little bit. Let's move you out of the way. Grab a little tiny splodge of the Vallejo's primer. Get off of there. I've got paint all over me now. That's just typical. That is. Right, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blobs in there. I'm just going to give it a quick blowback. Yep. Let's give it. Right, okay, that should mix up just nicely. Let's test it. There we go. Right. So ignore the blobs. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to go with a line. I'm not pulling the paint all the way back yet. And it actually is working really, really nicely. Let's go over it. Let's get as close as we can and just do a little, pull back just a little tiny bit. You can see the line that I've got there. That's actually pretty good. Let's just pull it back a little bit further. You can get some nice close details with this. Unless it's just a number three needle. So let's put it back even more. So this is now all the way back. And there we go. Look at that. That is covering really, really nicely. It's a really nice airbrush. It's easy to use. See? There we go. RLC 321. Yes, it's good little airbrush. These Bartsharp airbrushes, as I say, are really, really nice. And I wanted to get one for a while. I've been using the Vader ones and haven't had a need to change them yet. But this airbrush is really, really nice. It covers really well. You can get right up close and do really, really fine line. I'm going to get as close as I can, almost touching the paper now, but I'm pulling back ever so slightly on the airbrush, and I'm getting really, really fine lines. Let's start over here. I'm just going to gradually start pulling back on the paint. Until we're at full. There we go. So there. Let's get it so you can see it. So as you can see, I'm right close by to it. Really, really nice airbrush these are. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be doing the video of the today, that is, I'm going to do a video for, let's put that down the bottom there, of the oh, what's he called, Cthulhu, because I want to try and get that out of the way and done. And let's put some of my cleaner in there and just spray it through. Let's do that a little bit, yeah. So I'm just going to get rid of some of this paint in here and everything like that. But yeah, Bartsharp Airbrush, really good airbrush to use. I think it's brilliant. I absolutely think it's brilliant. I think it's one of the nicest airbrushes that I've used so far. And I mean, I've used some of the really nasty, cheap and nasty ones. I've actually got another £22. This costs £32 from Bartsharp, and I've actually ordered a £22 one from Amazon, really cheap and nasty, mainly just for like so I can do like that priming and everything like that, because I do big area and things like that. So I was just going to use one of those for things like that. I just use this for all my detailing work. And so this, let's put that there. This should now be clean. Let's get a bit of tissue in here. Just make sure let's give that a good old wipe. Make sure that is clean. There we go, that's nice and clean now. Let's pop you back in my box. And then just give this a bit of another bit of spray here. And we are almost good to go. There we go. So that's the Bartsharp airbrush. We had a quick go at it just to see what it was gonna be like, and as I say, I'm liking it. I'm gonna put this one with a cap on it, just because that's gonna help protect. Because I'm not gonna keep this in its case. I've got to stand up the top there, where I keep all of my airbrushes and things. So yeah, that's your Bartsharp airbrush. Really good. And as I say, I'm going to be using it on my Cthulhu video, but there's a few things we need to do with the Cthulhu first, and that's one of the things we're going to be going into, because we need to fill some holes and things like that before we even begin to start painting it. Yes. So Bartsharp, they seem to be this seems to be a really good airbrush. I'm really happy with this, and I can't wait to get onto using it. So guys, as I said, think about that COPPA thing and let me know your thoughts. Would you guys join me if I decide to move to a different video platform? I'm not, as I say, I'm not making any decisions yet. I'm keeping it, just to see what happens. I have already marked my videos as all for adults only, and I'm going to continue to do that, because my videos are not aimed at kids. They are not, and I don't want kids watching it, because can you imagine if a kid was playing with one of these? These are surgical grade scalpels that I'm using. And I mean, I've got a cut here. I mean, I know you can't really see it too well at the moment, but I've got a cut there, and that was just from a pair of scissors when I was at work. So my videos are not for kids. I don't aim for kids. I mean, I've even got a mini saw here. I do soldering work as well. I'm using super glue. I've got Tamiya, which is a flammable Tamiya thinners, which is flammable and toxic. Okay, you got to keep out of reach of children. Super glue with the accelerant that I use for it now, and my channel is not designed for kids, and I don't want young kids watching. I don't mind older kids watching it because I'm a big kid myself, but I don't want younger kids watching my stuff. That's just no. So let me guys what you think. Would you guys follow me onto another platform, or if everything goes the way I'm thinking it's going to go with this COPPA thing, a lot of modeling channels are going to disappear, and that may be something I'm going to have to do. I may have to say, right, I can't do this. I can't afford to be hit, because it's this fine is $42,000 per video, not just the whole channel, per video they find that you didn't mark right. And I'm only earning $22,000 a year. That's not a lot of money, so I could never ever afford to pay that. That's about 30 odd thousand pounds per video. I couldn't afford to do that, just couldn't. And I've got over 250 or more videos on here, so I may even be thinking, I'm also thinking of just giving it up altogether, but I don't want to give it up. That's the whole thing. I don't want to give it up. That's why I'm wondering about maybe possibly moving to another platform where it's going to be a bit more easier for me to do these kinds of videos. Yeah, isn't it fun? It's a loads of fun. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. So you take care of yourselves. Bye bye now.